Hey, how's it going out there? We are back with season 5 of The Boys, and it is also the finale of the show. So, this will be the final season of the official show. They're going to still have spin offs, like they have that Soldier Boy Stormfront prequel, which is like set during World War II. That's coming out. I think Gen V is still going on, but I don't know because I've never really looked at it. But nonetheless, we are back with two episodes of The Boys, and I have to say it's just okay so far. There were a few things that I was surprised about. I guess spoilers, heads up if you haven't seen season 5 yet so far. But the one thing that stuck out to me is the fact that A Train got killed. I was not expecting for A Train to get killed off so early because I mean honestly, when you really think about it, he is a large part of why the show even happens. Like why the boys are even a thing as they are, why Huey's even involved, because he was the one that killed Huey's girlfriend at the beginning of the show. Matter of fact, that was I think the first clip I ever saw of this show. What like when season one was coming out, I think one of the first like clips I ever saw was that scene of A Train running through Huey's girlfriend like in slow motion, and then him like stopping and it's like, oh shit, my bad, and he like runs off to go wherever. So like it was kind of surprising that a character who's been so like integral to the whole show and to Huey, the main character, the fact that they killed him off like they did, I was taken back by because they've been kind of. I do remember they were kind of going for this like redemption arc of him trying to be an actually good, morally upright superhero, like him breaking away from the Seven, standing up to Homelander. And so they had this whole redemption arc, and even in the two episodes that he's in, or I guess the one episode actually, the one episode he's in this season, he's still taking care of his family. He's like still trying to do the right thing. He's working with Starlight. He's working with the boys still, and then he actually saves the boys at the end of this episode. So it's kind of interesting that they decided to off him. I feel like he should have been a death that would have come later. Like I would have expected him to get killed off like the penultimate to like second to last episode. But that was surprising. It kind of makes me wonder how many other major main character deaths we're going to get because looking at the cast, I don't know. I mean, Mother's Milk, I could see him going. I could see Frenchie going. For some weird reason, I don't see Huey or Starlight going. I think there's a good chance that Butcher dies, but I don't think that Butcher or Homelander are gonna if they die. That's a big if, especially for Homelander. Homelander, it's a massive if he dies. But if they do die, it will be at the end. Like it will be close to the end credits before we see Homelander or Butcher die. But I can't really think of any other superhero or other like main characters of the group that could possibly get killed off. I mean, they could always kill someone off, but looking at the cast, I feel like everyone kind of has like a long term to kind of midterm role. Like I forget her name, the assistant who ran away at the end of the last season. Who we find out her superpower is she has like a mutant tumor that's like telepathic that can have her read minds and she can it like talks to her telepathically. That's kind of left field. But then again, I mean, most of the powers in the boys are just the most random, tossed up shit possible. Like, there's really no rhyme or reason for it. Like how Huey just like got teleportation where he like spawns with no clothes on. The type of powers you get taking Compound V are just the most batshit insane raffle possible. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. But she's back, and I don't even think she's gonna die for a little bit because like they are kind of setting up like a redemption arc for her. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see who else dies before we get to the finale. Another thing that was surprising to me is that Kimiko talks now, and I do not like it. And I can already tell from two episodes her talking is fucking atrocious. I don't know what the the creative reason was because she's not talked at all for like that's been a main thing of her for like the last 4 seasons that she does not talk. And the fact that she talks now, it's not that she talks, it's that she just talks in like she is a TikTok come to life. She is like the embodiment of a brain rot TikTok user who is perpetually online, who only talks and fucking quips and the most dumb phrases possible. Like that's her. Like barely anything she says is actually coherent or like makes any type of like actual sense. It's just her fucking saying the most random assortment of shit that she's seen from some social media platform. I don't know what the point of that. Like I don't know what the point of that is. Like I don't know why they made her talk all of a sudden. I don't know if they got tired. But then again, I was gonna say they got tired of her doing the sign language, but they switch back and forth between her like when she gets like really mad or angry. She'll like go to doing sign language, but then she'll go back to talking. So it's not even the case of that they like got tired of having to do like the whole translation thing because they do it back and forth even with her talking. So I don't know, and also I don't know why it's taking her this long because she says in the show it's like a combination of like therapy and practice, and I'm like, well, haven't you? Like, I mean, I know they haven't had like the easiest downtime in the last few seasons, but like, you mean to tell me this isn't something you could have done before? Like, only now you're because it's not that she talks okay, like she talks in broken English. She talks fluently, like she talks like she's been speaking correctly with no issues for years. And I guess she's only been doing this for like a year, actually. Like that's been as long as she's been talking because it's been like a year time skip. So that was interesting, kind of seeing Kimiko talk. I want to say that I hope that this doesn't continue, but it will. Like I don't see them. I don't see them going back to her being mute at this point. I think she's stuck on talking. And there's also this weird side plot of Frenchie and her just like no matter what the context or situation is, they are just always hyper horny, always wanting to fuck for some reason. Like they're getting plans for an operation and they're over here in the corner just like fucking deep throat and tongue action. I'm like, dude, can you guys like cut out for like a second to like figure out what the fuck we're doing on this mission? I don't know, like it's as far as I remember, and again, season 4 is kind of a blur for me now, but I don't remember that being a part of their relationship before, them being like this obnoxiously overly attached public couple. Like I don't remember that being a thing for them. Matter of fact, wasn't it last season that there was a whole thing of Frenchie being like bisexual or something? That's beside the point. But anyways, yeah, so Kimiko, her talking, that's that was a bit taken back. And one character from the main cast I'm kind of not surprised by, but kind of just I don't know if this is a case of me not remembering season 4 or if this is just like a very noticeable character shift. But I feel like Starlight has become a lot like noticeably more jaded and dark from last season. Like in this season, in the first 2 episodes, she pretty much is purely on Butcher's side. When like in the past seasons, she's always kind of had like a very contentious relationship where yeah, she'll do some fucked up things and she has to deal with it, but she's never just been like, I agree with Butcher, I side with him. His way of getting shit done is the right way to do it for the most part. And again, like I could be misremembering, but like I don't remember for the last few seasons, I don't recall this being a kind of part of her character of being like this very like I know that they were going down that path with her. They were like teasing her, kind of doing some like immoral actions, having to do some things that are like morally gray for the ultimate good. So like I know she's not like above doing things that are morally questionable or morally gray, but like in this season, and they give some context because like she feels guilty about being the face of the Starlight you know, campaign and the Starlight movement, and like how all these innocent people are getting rounded up and put in the camps, and how she feels responsible for all the death and the fucking misery that's caused because of this and the political turmoil. But the way she comes off, I don't know, it's just kind of jarring seeing her so because she's noticeably just very bleak with how she comes off. Like very little like happiness or anything. Like at least even like Butcher, like the one that everyone hates, like he has some like everyone else has some dimension to them, but like with her it just seemed like she's just stuck in bleak nihilist mode. And I was like, God damn, I don't remember that being like a main part of you in season four. But then again, I will admit that that could be me just not remembering her arc and all that, in season four. But that kind of leads me to another thing that I've had this issue with the boys for a few seasons, and it ties into the whole Starlight thing because Eric Kripke, one of the showrunners or writers for the show, was like talking about how it was like a challenge for them to write season five because like they were trying to rewrite and pretty much keep up with what was going on in our real world. And I don't know. I feel like for me, when it comes to the Boys TV show, I liked it better when it wasn't trying to be just overt reflection of our world. Like I liked it a lot better when it was just more of a satire of superhero culture and superhero comics and superheroes in general, essentially. Like I like when it was more of a parody of that, like more of a commentary on the superheroes and super powered beings in a realistic like setting. I like that better than it trying to be this weird mirror because the issue I have, and the MCU has tried to do this, the world in the boys is so fucking different to our world. There is no way that anything going on in our world now should not even remotely mirror the boys universe. Like, I mean, as much as the MCU tries, like they'll try to integrate like real world aspects into the MCU. But if you compare our world to the MCU world, there is no fucking difference. Like a day in the MCU is an eternal hell compared to the last 2,000 years of human history. Like there's no comparison. And I don't think, I mean, maybe, I mean, you can, but I don't think that the boys, as the universe was established in the first season to now, I don't think it works well as just trying to be a mirror parody or satire or a commentary on our society. Because I just don't think it would make sense for it to be like, this is a world with superpowered beings that have been a thing for like at least almost 100 plus years. That right there would change so much history that there would be no way that somehow the boys universe has reached a similar point in time as our universe, as our planet, with no superheroes and no superhero involvement or history. There's just no way. Like it just can't match. And I feel like with this season and the in the first two episodes, it is really ham-fisted with the amount of references and like showing things that have happened in the last few years, from like the podcast bro, becoming a thing, about AI becoming a political fucking hornet's nest, about the fucking ICE roundups around the country, about freedom of speech being up for question in a lot of situations, about there being political unrest with the government and the people and the president. Like they they are trying, to me, way too hard to make this a mirror of our world. I just think it would be better if they just made this a satire of superhero culture and superheroes. Like I don't know. I just feel like when I don't know what season they started this in, but whatever season they started this trick, because I don't, again, it's been years, but I don't remember too much in season one or even season two, I would say, of there being this like overt push to make the boys universe comparable to ours. Like I feel like it was just more because at that time the superhero IP, the superhero genre was like at its peak. Like that was, I think, when did the boys season one come out? It came out before Endgame, or it came out around the time that Marvel was still like at its peak. Like the MCU was still riding high from Infinity War, Endgame. DC was still trying to get their shit together, but that's besides the point. But overall, superheroes were on and up at that point. And now, for a few years now, superhero culture has been at a fucking net low right now. Like even the MCU and Kevin Feige and Bob Iger have had to come out and admit that, yeah, the Marvel shit has not been working too well. We got to change course. So like even the big wigs at Disney have acknowledged that it's not been too good for the superheroes. And I feel like there was like kind of like a pivot from, well, we've kind of done the whole being a critique and a satire of superheroes, so let's kind of make it a critique of our world. And again, like this might be me. Either this could be a case of me just not remembering the earlier seasons correctly, or this could be a case that like, which is very possible, that the show is just very noticeably changed over the last few years. Because I forget how long the boys have been on air. Like they have 5 seasons, but they've been on for a while. I mean, like a few years. Like we're about to have another Avengers movie, and I believe that the boys was around when we had Infinity War and Endgame, or it was like around. It was out, I think, comparable to that time. So like, it's been around for a few years, and so that element, I want to say that I hope that it's not prominent, but I know that this whole show is going to be nothing but that. It's going to be nothing but a whole lot of pop culture references. It's going to be a whole lot of, pretty much just like nothing but trying to have like a mirror to our world, which I don't know, I don't really care for it too much. And the other thing I don't care for too much, this has turned off a few people, and this has been a critique that I've noticed. I haven't had as much of an issue with it, but the overt, just gross out, disgusting freak out moment. Not even freak out moment, just like excessive gore and just disgusting shit for no reason. Like there's a superhero who I guess you could say it's a knockoff of it's like a knockoff of the Thing, I suppose. Is like the only thing. He's like this giant morbidly obese rock monster, and they're trying to test the virus that they made to see if it would be strong enough to kill Homelander. And for some reason they had to have this fucking rock monster, this fucking thing. He's like a volcano rock creature, and he's looking at what is essentially porn for mountain people. He's looking at volcanoes go off. And when he's doing this, he literally ejaculates, which is fucking lava exploding out, which nearly hits Starlight and Mother's Milk. And he had shit. I forgot to even add. So not only is he a Thing knockoff, he's like if you combine a fucking obese Discord mod with the Thing and Stephen Hawking, because he has like this. He can't talk. He has this fucking computer. He types into how he types with these giant ass fucking rock monster hands. Fucking shack boulders over here. I have no idea how that works, but nonetheless, he types on this computer and it speaks to a speech to text thing like Stephen Hawking has. And again, the character's a complete joke. And yeah, like again, it's like there was no need for that. Like, and they linger on it. Like they linger on the fact of this rock monster's lava cum drizzling down his fucking fat rock body is a hyper focal point. They make it clear they want you to see that lava. They also want you to know that is his cum coming out of there. That's fantastic. I have noticed that has become a very like major issue. Like that, it's almost gotten to the point of just like parody of how much of the gross out shit they do for no reason. It's just pure shock value. But the problem is they've done this for so many years through so many seasons. There's no shock value. Like it's just exhausting. Like I don't even have a reaction to it now. Like there's another superhero called I don't even know what he's called. I don't even know what the fuck he's supposed to be a knockoff from, but his power is, I kid you not, he can hyper superhumanly at a superhuman rate, he can eat dirt and he shits it out simultaneously so he can make tunnels. I guess this is and in the show he takes his pants off and it makes it a point to show you not only him eating the dirt to make the tunnel, but him simultaneously shitting the dirt out like he's a fucking Asplin truck or some shit. Uh, and it's like again, why? Like, why do we need to? It's just there for just bizarre, gross out humor. That's all because we've become known for it, so we gotta have our gross out humor. It's like that. I could go a very long or short life without saying this shit. No pun intended. And I mean, that's kind of one thing I hope is not as prominent in the show is this like the whole like satire thing. I mean, that's a lost cause. We know that's going to be throughout the whole show, but I hope they kind of curtail just the beyond excessive disgusting gross out shit like this. I mean, there's already a ton of fucking in the first two episodes. So like we already got tons of grotesque humor and fucking and tons of sex, and well, maybe not a ton, but a sizable enough amount of sex for two episodes for 2 hours. So I kind of hope that they kind of keep that tame going forward because I can do with a lot less of that, especially like just the extended makeout scenes where I'm like, okay, they're fine, but at the same time, there is a lot we can be doing and like spending this time for. So that I kind of hope is limited. And so with that, I guess that kind of brings me to the main plot point of season 5, which is this virus. And how successful is it? Is it powerful enough to kill Homelander? And we get a interesting answer. And this is just my take because we don't know what happened. So they make the disease, the virus that they plan on releasing to kill Homelander, and they test it on the Thing knockoff, and they test it on a TikTok superhero kid and Soldier Boy. So Soldier Boy's back, and he's going after the boys because he's teamed up with Homelander now. And we find out that the virus works because the rock monster he fucking explodes. And like again with the excessive gore and shit, like he explodes and his head blows off and there's like all this meat and gore and shit underneath there. And then the TikTok kid superhero, he like starts vomiting blood and like starts having these blisters and Soldier Boy, they like get all these blisters on them, and it seems like home that why do I keep saying Homelander, Soldier Boy, and the other soups in the room were killed. Now, obviously, not a single person bought this because it's the second episode. There's no way Jensen Ackles coming back as Soldier Boy is going to be dead after the second episode. So I knew from the start, okay, so this either is not going to work or something. But we find so I think how this virus works is I think it does scale to from this is just my guess. I think it scales to like the power level of the superhero. But at the same time, I'm not sure about that because they say in the show that the I forget his name, the Thing Rock Monster, he is supposed to be not as strong or as durable as Homelander, but he's supposed to be up there. But you could argue because he's morbidly obese and just not taking care of himself. You could argue that he's like nerfed technically since he's out of shape, not taking care of himself. So like maybe his endurance and all that's like dropped. Maybe I don't know, but like I was gonna say, like it's like kind of a power level thing. Like if you're strong enough, like if you're a Homelander, Soldier Boy, Maeve type level, you might have like the immune system to like fight it. Because Soldier Boy, he looks like he is out for a prolonged period of time. Like it looks like he's dead. And then he like at the last second of the second episode, he sits up in the body bag. So like I don't know if it's I think it's just a case of like if you're powerful enough, it just might make you deathly sick or like kind of like a bad like cold or virus. It might put you down for a minute, but then like your immune system kind of kicks in and like you fight it. I don't know. Like I'm not sure why it didn't work on Soldier Boy. I mean, obviously it didn't work because Jensen Ackles is Soldier Boy, so we can't kill him off. The other soups, I think they're fucked. I don't think we're going to see the TikTok kid who got killed or the Thing monster. I think they were one and done appearances. But kind of going on to this virus because it seems like the virus works, but it doesn't work at full like capacity yet. Like because the goal is to kill Homelander, and if you can't kill Soldier Boy, you can't kill Homelander probably. Like I would say that's a fair bet. Like if this virus is short of killing anyone that's a superhero, it probably won't work on Homelander because like he tops all of the superheroes and strength, kinda, but that's a discussion for another day. But I'm kind of curious to see what they do with it because like that's my take. Is I think that like the virus, unless until we get more information, which we will probably get over the next few weeks, but I think it's more of like a durability type thing. Like depending on how powerful you are as a suit, maybe that has something to do with like your resistance or like whether you're more likely to die from it than others. Best take I have from it. But then there's the debate, the moral debate of like, should this be something that should be released into the world to kill off superheroes? And I feel like the boys again. I need to go back and rewatch the last four seasons, but from what I remember, the ratio of good superheroes to bad ones to psychopaths from good, bad, and psychopaths. It's a 1 to 20 ratio. Like for every one Kimiko or Starlight, there's like 100 random just psychopathic superpowered beings out there, or you got Homelander in the seven who were atrociously awful and just fucking crazy. And so, and like even like the children, like even some of the kids that are superpower beings, they're fucking nightmare fucking fuel too. They're fucking terrifying. Like Ryan's a fucking planet threat almost as a kid. Newman's daughter, pretty fucking terrifying. Like so, even the children who are superpowered beings are monsters. And I feel like the show has not done a good enough job. Like, I mean, yeah, we got Kimiko, yeah, we got Starlight, and then you got like, well, hello. I mean, you got some other good superheroes, but by and large, the amount, like, the world of the boys would actually be net positively changed if all superheroes were gone. Because like really, the good that the soups are doing, that the good soups are doing, are to try to stop the exclusively bad soups. Like it's not even like they're trying to stop like a world-ending threat or anything like that. And like for me, that's kind of the other problem is like the boys universe does not need superheroes, and also it has not shown like the nuanced layering of like there's a lot of different types of superheroes. Like we haven't seen like a Homelander equivalent who is just like overtly good, maybe not even overtly, but it's just like a rational, well adjusted person who just, works in their profession. Like we don't see like, parents who are superheroes who just raise their children. Funny enough, kind of like the MCU. Like, I mean, the MCU show like does a really good job, even though the boys was, at first making fun of Marvel for a lot of things. The MCU does that really well of like showing like Tony Stark with his family, Cap with Peggy, Spider-Man with his friends, like Daredevil with his friends, Black Panther with Wakanda and his people and his family, or with her family, I guess. So like Marvel shows like there is a spectrum of like yeah, for every Punisher, for every dark anti-hero type character or superhero, there are a lot of like good characters like Spider-Man, like Daredevil, like Luke Cage, like Iron Man, Captain America, Bruce Banner. There's a balance. But in the boys universe, I don't really see that. Like I can't like if you were to name like from top to bottom a good and bad list of superheroes, it's kind of hard to come up with a lot of consistently good ones. Like even in the first two episodes of this show, most of the superpowered beings introduced are awful. The two TikTok Gen Zers who are in the two TikTok influencers who are Gen Zers, awful fucking people. The Rock Monster is just I don't know. I guess the Thing knockoff isn't bad. I mean, he's just horny and fucking kind of disgusting. But then again, that's almost every superhero, every person in the boys universe. So like yeah, like even the kind of the new one, the new superpower beings that they've introduced, even they're kind of abominations. They're fucking awful people. So like I don't think the show is like it tries to say like oh like Kimiko, she argues a Frenchie like I'm gonna die, if this happens. Starlight has, again, her being on her nihilistic binge. She's all right with dying because she feels like she deserves it for leading all these people to the slaughter for just in her eyes a failed political movement. So really, you only got like Kimiko, who's like the only decent good hero. And even she has baggage of like her past. Like even she has a lot of shit that she's done in the past. Starlight's done some questionable shit too, you know, rightfully and wrongfully so. And so I just feel like the whole argument of like whether we should kill off all the soups. Honestly, yeah, I think that the answer leans more towards yes because at the rate it's going in the boys universe, the superheroes are going to just turn like either turn out to just kill everybody, every non superpowered being, and then rule the world, or they're gonna just destroy the world from insanity. Because like from Homelander to Ryan, like all the top powerful soups are the most mentally unstable, unhinged, insane possible choices. Like they are not like this is not Captain America. We got steering the ship here. We don't got fucking Tony Stark at the helm here. We got nothing but just psychopathic, fucking villainous, horrible beings at the head of this. The Seven, Vought, like everything about it is just fucking awful. That the amount of misery and death and destruction that Vought and the Seven have caused is beyond immeasurable almost. Like I just don't really see the I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate, like, Kimiko and Starlight and characters like that, like, yeah, but again, those are like the only two, and I'm sure there's been others. Like A Train. You could say A Train was technically good, but again, he turned into a good carrot. He turned into a good soup over time, which you could use that argument of like, well, yeah, there's a lot of bad soups, but look at the ones that have turned from bad to good. And for me, yeah, that's a good point. But at the same time, it's like the most powerful ones, like the Homelanders and the Ryans, they for some reason just seem to be on the trajectory of just being insane, fucking crazy, unhinged, superpowered beings. Like Ryan, because they could have done this with Ryan. They could have made Ryan like this, and I thought this is what they were doing. Is like Ryan was like the counter to Homelander, where Homelander was like pretty much raised like a lab rat, deprived of any type of human interaction, love, all that. Ryan had a mom and he had a family. He's adjusted to society. But the problem with Ryan is they keep flip flopping like a fucking pancake with the kid. Where like one minute he's good, one minute he's bad, one minute he's with Homelander, next minute he's not with Homelander. So he's all over the place. Like you can't even gauge what his morality is because like it just shifts from whatever the writers need him to be. Whether they need him to be more with Homelander, more with Butcher, more in between. He doesn't know. He doesn't want to be a bad person. He wants to be good. He's all over the fucking place. So like even like with Ryan, you had a good chance of like showing like yeah, superheroes can be a net negative and can cause cosmic disaster to our planet, but if raised and treated properly and fucking given the proper care and the proper environment, they can be good. We have yet to see that. So for me, I feel like the whole moral debate about using the virus, I feel like with what I've seen and like what we've seen of the boys universe, you should, because again, another main point with the boys universe is unlike a DC or an Invincible or a Marvel, is that there are all the threats that the boys universe have are self-created from superpowered beings. There is no Dark Side, there is no Thanos, there is no Thrag or Omni Man. There are no outside threats that are threatening the world that they need superpower beings. Because you could like that could be an argument of like, well, yeah, like Homelander's fucking crazy, but he does protect the planet. He doesn't even do that. And even if there was like some alien invasion, 9 times out of 10, the superheroes would be like Homelander would be useless because again, he's powerful, but he's never actually had to fight someone as powerful as him. The one time he fought a group of people that were nearly matching him, he fucking bailed because he didn't know what to do. He's never had to actually be pressed or have a fight with a powerful being equal to stronger. So even if there was like an alien invasion, Homelander probably would be fucking useless because I if he couldn't instantly just laser them or beat them the fuck up, and he realized that like, oh shit, this is actually a pretty powerful threat, he would either end up just caving to them and wanting to team up with them and then fuck humans, or he would just fucking fly away. Like, so Homelander, the most powerful, superpowered being on Earth, would be useless. So that means that like everyone else would just be easy pickings to take off. So like even if you had a functioning seven minus one, they still would probably get taken out because the main fucking dude, the Superman the group is fucking missing. So for me, I feel like it's entirely in the best interest of the boys universe to use the virus and to end superpowered beings, if I can say that correctly, from being a thing. But then again, at the same time, I don't even know if that would work because Compound V is still around. So like you would somehow have to. I mean, I guess you could just. I don't know because like I guess when the virus is like airborne or however they decide to like use this on a mass like level, I guess you could make it to where like any use of Compound V would just like result in you just dying, I guess. But there is that problem of like people coming up with ways of like circumventing the virus or like coming up with a cure. So like the virus isn't a one like a permanent fix, but if it does work eventually at its full capacity, it should at least for a minute get rid of all the superpowered beings, and then eventually there'll probably be some more created from companies like Vought and whatnot. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm like fucking use it. Like I feel like you're saving so many fucking people by doing that. But yeah, that was the first two episodes. I'm definitely going to be checking it out for the rest of the season. For me, it's been an okay as I hit the microphone here. For me, it's been a okay-ish start, but I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm a lot more curious now about who's going to make it to the end after A Train got killed off. But yeah, those are my thoughts on season 5 so far. And till next time, I will see you good people next time.